Yeah. That's the thing though, man. I don't know, man. Like even with testing, like bottle testing, like is it worth that gamble? Like you know you're gonna have to take a test, so why even risk giving up like a big fight by trying to take something, you know? Especially when the testing is supposed to be, you know, really, really mandatory now. So why are they really trying to do things like that, you know?
Um, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, it's starting to really just seem like it's kind of scam now. You know, bringing
Oh,
this,
the whole testing in general.
yeah, just because it's real expensive to do, and now we know, okay, all these people getting popped. Some people are getting through it. You know what I'm saying? They're not catching every single solitary person, I don't think. You know what I mean? If all these people are getting popped, it is a few squeaking through the cracks because it's that many of them.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, because if somebody like Willie Monroe get popped on this level, there's only so much money they can get with him. So they're going to say, oh man, we got to make an example out of you. But again, if it's somebody like Canelo, it's going to be 6 months, you know, just a regular fight turnaround, and then you back in the ring.
It's starting to seem like how effective is, the Olympic drug testing, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we hear stories of people buying them off, paying them, you know what I mean, bribes and all types of stuff. So it's just like, I mean, if that's the case, then what's the point of having it? You might as well just go back to the other shit if they not official. Then you got USADA, WADA, VADA. Okay, they kind of like not at battle, but all of them want people to come to them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
which is the best if they all doing the same thing? You feel me?
Yeah. And it's like I said before, it's almost like churches, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if you under one God, you should just have the one church, but you know, they want to run the test certain ways. It's going to only be this way or this way, so they can let some things get under the rug, you know. So if you want to go this way, you go with USADA. If you want to make sure you ain't if they don't find in your bloodstream yet, you go to USADA, you know what I mean? Like that's what Billy Joe was trying to do. He said, oh, I went through them and they said that if it's not in your system the day before a fight, then you good, you know.
That's
But
what,
with VADA, you can't have it at all.
and that's what I'm saying. That's what make it bullshit. Because like it should be one way across the board. Why is it three different agencies doing the same thing but with different parameters? You know what I'm saying? That don't make
Right.
sense. How effective is that? How you know what I mean? Because technically, Billy Joe would have been dirty according to you know certain Olympic drug testing agencies. You know what I mean? He would have been dirty fight night, but according to another one, he wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, which way is it? It just needs to be one way across the board. Olympic style drug testing, to me, they brought it in to get rid of all the different variations. This is it. This is it. Everybody got to meet this standard. I don't care where you at in the world. If you employ us, it's this standard.
And that's the way it should be, you know. But once you have certain type of once you put that out there, there are gonna be certain fighters that's they already kind of shaking, you know, they already like, oh no, you know, we got to go by one law. And I think that's with anything, like any type of job or any type of position, people want to try to, you know, be able to get away with certain things, and they don't want that position. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to lay low or go the other route where they know this company gonna overlook it, you know. But
If you know you clean, you just it shouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm
it
saying?
should be no issue. Yeah, I mean, and again, it should just be straight across the board because you're talking about another man's health. You're gonna be fighting somebody else, and you're gonna be putting, you know, hands on them. You know, this ain't like basketball or football. Like we always say, this is a sport where you actually come in physical contact. So you have to make sure that person is on the same test as you, on the same program as you, and he's supposed to test negative just like you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? That's why it's starting to seem like it's just another money grab, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is, but it's starting to seem like that just because, you know, the deviations and the rules within different agencies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like you say, a fighter can say, well, I'm going to go over here because they allow this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to employ, you know, hire this company because they allow me to do this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not effective, man.
It ain't. It's not really. It's
You
never
know?
going to be effective like that. That's why you always have the guys cutting corners, because they're going to say, you know, if they're going to always have options. There's certain things you don't need options with, to me. You know, like in life, you deserve to have different ice cream. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to your testing for fighting, you know, that should just be one way.
Yeah, because we trying to prove one thing, that you a clean fighter.
Yep.
You know, that's we don't care about nothing else. We want to make sure you a clean fighter. So I mean, it's just crazy that even though every fighter know that, you know, they're using these agencies, but that's not stopping them from, you know what I'm saying?
They still trying something, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know it's hot out there right now. You know what I'm saying? But still, people trying to, you know, get by. I mean, the latest Willie Monroe, and like we were saying earlier, really kind of shocking that it was Willie Monroe, because, like you say, he, you know, comes from boxing pedigree, and he didn't rub me as that type of guy. He didn't seem like that guy that would cut corners to be the man. You know, I didn't know him like that, but just, you know, from a fan's perspective, you know, he was just a cool, humble guy. He was cool. It seemed like where he was at in his career. Yo, I'm not an A-level fighter. You know, this is where I fell in, B+, B-, C+, and I'm cool with that. But, you know, the temptation that, like I was saying earlier, it kind of opened my eyes to how bad the problem must be that a guy like Willie, you know, felt, you know, the necessity to try to use some, you know, performance enhancing drugs, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, the vibe, like I've always felt too, like, you know, he seemed knowledgeable, you know, he was breaking down fights before, like just talking about Charlo and all of them before, you know, he just seemed like he knew what he's talking about. He seemed likable. But I guess, man, it's like that pressure sometimes, you know. It's the first fight on Fox, you know, to kick off the PBC on Fox. He facing that interim champion. He must just been feeling some type of weight, some type of pressure. I'm not saying that's okay, you know, but I guess we really never know how somebody's going to react to that type of pressure, you know, when they feeling like they got to perform to that level. Because we said in the past, even with guys like John Jones, you know, he young, started in the game, became a young champion, and then after that, he seemed to always have to put on these big main events for the UFC. You know, he's feeling like, oh, I might have to cut some strings tonight because I ain't feeling 100%. You know.
Yeah. I mean, and you never really know unless you walk in those shoes or whatever. But and on the flip side is, these are the rules, man. These are the rules. We don't care about the pressure. I mean, you chose this. We didn't say, hey man, you got to be a fighter. You chose this.
Exactly.
And being a professional fighter, professional athlete, is being a clean athlete. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game. So, you know, all the pressure and temptation comes with, you know, the game, comes with the sport. You know, I understand what you're saying that, but, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It made me think.
Because
it made me feel like, damn, Willie, you was the one who said neither one of them really had nobody on their resume, but you felt,
but you need this to
right, do something. You know what I mean? That's what he got popped. It's shocking, but it's not shocking because I mean, Canelo had some, you know, he's the biggest name in the sport. So I mean, it's not that shocking, but you know, I just it was surprising. I didn't see that one coming.
Me either, man. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
But that, yeah, the second part, what I was going to say was that I think he has to remember that, you know, his opponent is going through the same pressure and the same stress as him, but he's not willing to take anything. So you got to meet up in the ring. So you're not alone. I mean, you are alone because you're fighting for you, but your opponent, he's gonna be going through the same things too. But he ain't taking, you know, he ain't taking shit. So you got to be able to remember that because you're gonna be taking on the same, not the same guy, but you're gonna be taking on an opponent going through the same situation that he want to win too, but he's trying to do everything legit.
Exactly. And like that takes the beauty away from it because you feel like, oh man, we got two perfectly matched people. They almost the same height, same, you know, they are the same weight, you know, same style, everything. And that's what makes it compelling to see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? When these two guys meet up because they are so well matched. But then when you mix in the drugs, you know what I'm saying, it kind of take all that away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, like you say, just to bring up the John Jones thing, I mean, people wanted to see him and Cormier go at it. You know, you seen it happen. And John Jones, you know, wound up, you know, knocking him out in the second fight. And it was like, damn, you know what I mean? He was a better man that night. Then to find out, you know, he had that situation, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad thing. Like Willie Monroe really did something to himself by, you know, getting caught up in that, man. You know what I mean? It was bad enough he was trying to, you know what I'm saying, get in the mix. And now that they get hit with this, it's just a blow, man.
Yeah, because we already know what type of opponent a contender in boxing is. Like, he ain't a power puncher. You know? So to me, if he wasn't coming in and do something crazy like Charlo down a few times and you know, score upset, we might have to look and test him after the fight anyway. Like, where you possess this power? You ain't possessed this power before, you know?
I mean, like, and the crazy thing about it, ain't like the Charlos, their bravado and the way they carry their stuff. I could have seen that happening to them before Willie Monroe. You know what I'm saying? I could have seen one of them getting popped on something just because they got to back up all this talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure on them, but it's self. They put it on themselves, you know, by, you know, their particular personalities or whatever. So, you know, if somebody, you would have been like, yo, somebody got popped. Guess who? I would have thought them before Willie Monroe. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just a more humbler type guy, you know.
So he didn't release no statement saying about it, but like, what do you think should happen to him? Is he banned for a while? Like 8 months or a year?
I mean, do what they do, because it's hard to say, Ant. You know, it's hard to say when you gave Canelo 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Why should he be? Why should he get 2 years? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to say what's fair nowadays because people get different stuff.
Even Billy Joe, right? Billy Joe's supposed to be coming back in January. Or this month, I think.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So it's like, I mean, it's almost like the penalty for being dirty is not really that bad, eh? You know what I'm saying?
It really is not.
At the end of the day, I mean, legacy is important, but at the end of the day, people want to take care of their family. If I contest dirty and had to sit down for 6 months and then come back and make another nice payday, you know, keep getting these pay. I mean, that ain't really nothing.
Right.
It ain't really nothing.
Oh shit, he come back this weekend too. Never mind.
Who, Billy Joe?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, legacy don't pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? legacy don't pay the bills. So people say, "Oh man, you know, you tarnish your legacy by pressing dirty." The fighter might be like, "Yo, I mean, yo, I had to take care of my family, man. I ain't, you know."
Uh, but what we were talking about earlier, Matt Korobov, man, that's Charlo's new opponent. I was looking at his background. He got like over 300 amateur wins. And like 10 years ago, he scored a win over what's the name? Alexander Usyk.
Oh, he got a win over Usyk?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I mean, Ant said over 10 years ago.
I'm letting you know. 10 years
what class was that?
Huh?
What weight was that?
This was in the amateurs. I didn't see
oh, in the amateurs? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But do you think he really posed a threat for Charlo?
The amateur pedigree, win over Usyk. I mean, those are some decent accolades, you know, on his resume. But it's my thing is it's still not the fight I wanted to see. Him and Willie Monroe is not the fight I wanted to see. But you know, they had, you know, served it up, and I would have watched it. But I really want to see these guys in there with some stiffer competition. This guy, we can't count him out, you know, with that type of amateur pedigree and experience that, you know, he bringing to the table. We can't count him out, but, you know, I don't know, man, you know, because Charlo was preparing for Willie Monroe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, style-wise, that could be upset.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He was preparing and so close. This was a week, right? I mean, this happened like a week ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a last minute replacement, but I mean, on paper, it's still just looking like a easy win for Charlo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got to think about Matt Korobov. He ain't fought any in 2017.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he fought just once this year. That was 9 months ago. So.
I mean, I mean, that was the best replacement they could find, dude.
I guess so, man. He was on the card already.
Oh, he was. Matt was.
Yeah, he was supposed to be fighting somebody else, but since you know he got Willie Monroe got popped up. But even then, I don't know if that was the best competition.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about it, man. Like I say, it's not like I really wanted to see him in there with Willie Monroe, but I kind of thought that was going to be an interesting fight. Not that, you know, I just wanted to see Willie Monroe in there with him and see what he could do against Charlo. You know what I mean? This Matt guy is not the same interest for me, but I'm gonna watch it and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to see another Centeno fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted to see what he would do against like a common opponent. That Billy Joe had, like
exactly.
You know, see what he could do with that kind of style. See if he could do it the same way.
Right, we could draw something from that fight. This one is not really going. We're not going to be able to take much from this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Or this might be like the fight you always, the one you always joke, Centeno fight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We don't want to see that again, man. That was, you know, because they talking so loud, you talking so loud. Now it's time to fight loud. You know what I'm saying? It's time to call out the guys that ain't nobody calling out. The guys that people scared to call them out and get in. I mean, you was calling out Triple G. You know, I mean, I guess they've been trying to get big fights. I don't know, but I got to see those guys in there with some top level competition, some herds, you know, some Danny Jacobs, you know, Triple G. So some of these names to really solidify their place in the game right now. You know, Terrence Crawford solidifying this spot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Lomachenko is making waves over here. You know, people are doing different things in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see these guys do that. You know what I mean? Even a guy like Loma, who I'm not a big fan of, I do got to say, I mean, he has had some names out there. You know what I mean? That, you know, Nick Walters, you know, Regan Dial, you know, Lenars just came off the what was the fight last weekend? Pedraza fight. You know what I'm saying? We can say, oh, okay, well, he has, you know, these guys. We know these guys. We seen these guys fighting other than, you know, but these guys, we still, you know, we waiting to see that. You know, I would love to see either one of them, and they were Laura. I don't. They, you know, we couldn't, you know, that won't give.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, you know, for Jamel, junior middleweight. Because I know Hurd already fought him, but seeing Charlo and Jamel Charlo and Laura, that would be interesting.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Very dangerous fight for Jamel, stylistically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But
so I'm just saying, I mean, you know, they're young brothers. They out here making a name for themselves, but you know what I'm saying? I just really, really need to see more action, less talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pissed that Willie did this because it kind of add to their thing. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, damn, this dude, he was so scared of the young lions here. You know what I'm saying? They kind of get him a little bit of more whatever, you know, you want to call it. But I just wish that didn't happen. You know.
Well, the other Charlo, the fighting Harrison.
Yeah.
So
I don't know too much about that guy. Man. What's up with him?
I want to say he fought. Who else he fought? Demetrius Andre. Shit, I know it. I'm trying to think. No, it was Jared Hurd that he fought. Just Jared Hurd already knocked him out.
Oh, he knocked him out.
Yeah. But I think this card is more a showcase card, man. Don't you?
You think it's what, Ant?
A showcase card.
As far what you mean? As far as what, Ant?
You know, since it's like the first card on just kind of showcasing Charlo.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely are running with the Charlos. You know, they don't care who they in there with. They just running with them right now. You know what I'm saying, for the first card. And I guess that's cool for the first card. But, you know, next time we see them, we need to see a step up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some type of unifications, eh? I mean, y'all got belts. When y'all going? When you going to unify?
Mm-hmm. Dang. Then keeps freezing up a little bit on my side. Is it freezing on your side?
Nah, I'm good over here, man.
Okay, hold on. Change the bandwidth a little bit.
It looked clear now. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, but what do you think about you were talking about Canelo and Danny Jacobs maybe fighting in May. But then they jumped in and said that maybe Golovkin was going to be fighting in May, man. Like, which would you rather see? That or Danny Jacobs?
honestly speaking, still a little unfinished business with Canelo and Triple G. You know, to me, that that's not really solidified, or that chapter is not closed. Canelo think it's closed. He think, oh, I won in this time, but it's not really. You know, it's still a lot of talk out there about that fight, and so I personally would want to see that one first, and then maybe Danny Jacobs gets the winner of that. You know what I mean? I mean, any way you look at it, he deserved to fight both of them. You know what I mean? I don't know what order, whatever order, but Danny Jacobs deserved to be in there with both of those guys. I mean, he got unfinished business with Triple G. You know what I'm saying? And then right. Canelo, he just got business with Canelo, bottom line.
Yeah, I think that he does have 2 dates secure. He's got May and September. So I say just go ahead and close the Triple G chapter. Do that in May, and then get something in September.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see though, Ant, because we see, like I said, we made that comparison with the fight he had Saturday with the Triple G fight. Whole totally different fight. Totally different Canelo, total different everything, demeanor, everything about the fight was totally different because that was a real fight that he was in with Triple G. You know what I'm saying? So, we want to see that again, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to see that again.
Yeah, because the fight with Rocky Fielding, that fight was just he was just there and looked superior, but when he was in the Triple G fight,
he did anything and everything he wanted to do in that fight, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? In the Triple G fight, he couldn't do that, and that's because Triple G is a higher level of a fighter. That's what I'm saying. Like, people just so quick to say, "Oh, he won." Okay, well, why would he knock Rocky out, a guy that was 8 pounds heavier than him? You know what I'm saying? In 3 rounds. And couldn't even knock Triple G down because it was a different type of fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a different type of fight. You know what I'm saying? That fight Saturday night, that was a total mismatch, even though he stepped up in weight, even though Rocky was a bigger guy. You know what I mean? It still was a total mismatch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't want to see too many more mismatches with him. That was hard for me to watch him just turn this guy's inside into fucking mashed potatoes, and you know what I'm saying? It was hard to watch. I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen a body attack so brutal and at will like that. I was just waiting for him to just fall over.
It was worse than that Liam Smith fight.
It was worse, dude. Because I mean, it was just at will. I mean, Canelo was just, right on the kidney, right here, all of them just landed. So,
and that just shows you that maybe the more weight Canelo puts on, he's more force. Because 154, he's a powerhouse, but now that he walks around at like 175, 180 sometimes. 168 was probably a strong weight for him.
Yeah, but see, like, for me, and I forget who said it, but they said, matter of fact, it was Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs said, well, Canelo looked good in there with Rocky Fielding, but I don't see him doing that to David Benavidez. I don't see him doing that to legit 168ers. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. Because he's small compared to those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? He's small compared to, he was small compared to Rocky, but to a guy like Benavidez who might walk around 200, you know what I'm saying, easy, I see that being a different fight. Then a guy like Benavidez is so tall. It's different with Rocky Fielding being tall and Benavidez being tall. You see what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? This is a different type of height that will probably cause some problems for Canelo. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to do the same thing that Rocky Fielding do. So, I would love to see those type of fights, but those fights in my eyes will be dangerous for Canelo.
Yeah, because Canelo, though he does carry that weight nicely, I still think that one of the things he's going to need against elite guys is height.
Yeah, he still is small for 168. The weight looked good on him. Neck, middle, legs, but he's still a small guy. He's short. You know what I'm saying? They said they said on a good day he's 5'9". So I don't know exactly how tall he is. That's what they said. Yeah, they said on a good day he's 5'9". So, you know, you talking about a guy like Benavidez who's like 6'2", 6'3". I mean, he's a big guy.
About 6'2", yeah.
So, Callum Smith.
They threw his name in there.
That would be a fight that Canelo may, you know, he might could pull that one off. Might pull that one off. But I'm just saying, I'd rather see him go back down to 160, close a couple of these chapters he got open, and then, you know, if he want to entertain 168, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but we're not going to continue to watch him fight guys like Rocky Fielding at 168. What we will do is tune in to him watching David Benavidez at 168. You know what I'm saying? We will tune in for that. I will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would tune in for that. But, you know, Eddie Hearn was talking about that the fight with Callum Smith might be big in like Wimbledon or something. I don't really think so. I think people still rather see somebody like Danny Jacobs here or Triple G. But you know, they trying to stress that 11 fight deal. You know, they trying to get as much money as they can.
Yeah, you know that. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how these 11 fights play out and exactly what, you know, Canelo commits to and what he won't commit to. You know what I'm saying? Right now, as we look at the landscape ahead, ain't nothing but really tough fights. You know what I mean? 160, they kind of got him backed in the corner.
Because that's where it should be, man. All the big fights. Like I said, at least 5 or 6 of those 10 fights need to be big, you know?
Yeah.
No bullshit.
I mean, because it's like what we talked about before, man. You know, Canelo, I believe he is a fighter who's worried about legacy and a fighter who wants to be a defending champion. You know what I'm saying? So what better time than now to prove that, Ant? You got some of the best fighters of this era at 160 right now in their primes. You know, it's a few belts floating around. I mean, what are you waiting for?
As long as they don't keep fucking. I don't even know the whole situation with Demetrius Andrade. You know what else is going to happen? You know, with the unregistered weapon. He actually has a fight coming up in January.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of stuff on him on Fight Hype. I mean, things happen. That you know what I'm saying? Things happen. I really thought he was done behind that in New York because they do not play. But maybe it wasn't what they reported it was. I don't know. I can't. He's not such big of a person that he can make it go away. I don't see that. He ain't a star like that. But maybe it wasn't the way it was reported. Wasn't the way it went down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he in the mix. Like, you know, I seen interviews of him. I'm like, oh damn. You know what I mean? I thought he was done. You know what I mean? But I seen him, you know, on the blogs this weekend or whatever. I mean, it's earlier this week. So he's still optimistic about it.
Yeah, like a day after the whole thing when he did get arrested, he was back on Instagram posting he was in the gym working out. You know, and he was all smiles. You know.
That's what I say. He's awful optimistic about it. I hope he, you know, it's more to it than just optimism, though, because New York don't play. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious charge. You know, well, allegation or whatever it is. I don't know, you know, what the real deal is, you know, on the charges.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Because I was just about to say, man, he must have cried. Make the cop like say, "Oh, you can get out of here, man."
Shit, I don't know if tears will work.
No, especially him, you know, they don't see a might do with dreads, walking around bag of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like we ain't letting you go.
Yeah, that was a sticky situation, man. Gotta be careful out there, man. Got the trap set.
Yeah, but man, we about to close this out, man. Like, what's one fight that you want to see happen next year for sure, man? Like, there ain't no reason it shouldn't happen. Like, what's that one fight? 2019.
I got one that's high up on my radar for personal reasons. The world is kind of captivated with the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Of course, I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I want to see that fight. You know, of course, Terrence Crawford is my boy, and I'm pulling for him in that fight, and I think he got what it takes. But the fight that I most want to see next year, people might not really be on it heavy yet. But for me, I want to see Tank and Lomachenko next year. That's what I want to see. If he fights Heaven Farmer, cool. But I want to see him in there with who they consider the best and see where he stand at in that fight. So for 2019, that's my fight right there. I doubt if it'll happen, but that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's a good fight. I don't think I can top that one. I mean, I know I want to see Crawford and Spence, but I know more than likely it ain't gonna happen. So,
I mean, like I said, I just wanted to pick one that's not so obvious, and of course we want to see AJ and Wilder. Of course we want to see Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. You know, those are kind of the obvious ones. I'm kind of thinking the one that if the more talks to get, it'll grow. I think it'll be a big one. The more talks to get behind it, but right now it's not one that's on the radar like a Loma. I mean, like a Wilder and Joshua or a Spence and Crawford.
Mm-hmm. I know the one that I want to see that there should be no holdups is Jarrett Hurd and Jamel Charlo.
Okay, I mean that one too. Like I say, and I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot next year. I mean, it's a lot of things that if 2019 go right, we can have another good year, in boxing or whatever. But so like I say, just that particular one for me for Lowry. I mean, Tank just. I'm pulling for him, just a guy coming from my hometown and just knowing the struggles and how hard it is to get out. If he could do something like that, that would just be like major. You know what I'm saying? So
that's his breakout fight.
Yeah, that fight could really solidify him, and put him, on the map more than he already is.
Because imagine if he took Lomachenko out. Who else between like 130, 135, 140 would be able to really handle his power and be able to beat him?
It would be crazy, and it would be crazy. It might be hard for him to get fights. After that, he might have to like try to go up. I don't know how much he can go up without turning into like a fat boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's so short. But I mean, the Loma thing could be a bad. Destroying Loma could be a bad thing for him too. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, who want to dance with him after that? In them weeks, you know what I'm saying?
But that would be dope. Even if you want that one fight, just train real hard, take Loma out, and then after that. nobody can say shit about it. You know what I mean? He's still gonna get fights, but like we say, he gonna kind of become a boogeyman himself. You know?
I mean, of course they'll find something else to hate or another opponent to try to throw in there, but he definitely gonna shut him up. He's gonna shut him up for the moment, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I honestly don't believe that Lomachenko has seen an animal like Tank. Tank probably has not seen an animal like Lomachenko, but Lomachenko ain't really knocking people out. You feel me? I mean, Tank been under pressure. He from Baltimore City. He from the foster care system. He dealt with frustration and the things that Lomachenko gonna bring, but a knockout, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You can't really stop a knockout, you know what I'm saying? And that to me, that's what's gonna make the difference in this fight. The fact that he got the ability to knock out Lomachenko, and Lomachenko know he can't really knock Tank out, and that's gonna psychologically play on both of their minds. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I see Lomachenko getting in there trying to do the frustrating the matrix thing and all that, but then once he get caught, all that's gonna go out the damn window, You know what I'm saying?
And it's not gonna be like a Lamari's knockdown. You know where he's like, "Ooh, I made a mistake. Let me get back up and do what I'm doing." If he get caught one time with Tank, it's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I can't get caught once like that anymore." You know.
And then if he hurt him, you know, the boy got the killer instinct. He's gonna hop on that ass, and you know what I'm saying. So, man, I gotta keep my fingers crossed for 2019, and you know what I'm saying, because I would love to see that fight.
You know I mean, we got Abner Mares in February. So we got 10 months to wish for. You know, they got 10 months to make it. But yeah, the one fight I want to see is somebody undisputed at 154 between Hurd and Charlo. But I want to get this Spence and Garcia over, man.
Why you get a lot of anxiety?
Get a little anxiety just thinking like, does Mikey got the tools to take Spence 12 rounds? You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like this, and we can play out 1,000 scenarios in our head, but we just gonna have to see fight night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, like I say, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just happy that these two guys, their paths cross for whatever reason, because it's what the fight symbolizes, to me. This fight symbolizes that, y'all bullshitting. Hey, I'm trying to get it. I'm a small dude. I'm coming to, you know what I mean? It's what the fight symbolizes. It's not whether he wins or loses. It's the fact that I did this. I stepped up and did this. I challenged myself. And that's what Mikey always say, I want to challenge myself. I want to face the best out there. So it's what the fight is going to symbolize more than anything. And maybe some of these other guys will catch on and see what Mikey is doing. You know what I mean? It's a method to his madness, man.
And those are the reasons that you name. I can't hate this fight. Like when it was announced, I wanted to hate this fight because it was messing up everything with the welterweight division, you know. So, but I can't hate it because both guys are tough fighters that want to accomplish something. So I can't hate it. You know what I mean? Even though it's messing shit up, I can't hate it because it's two guys that can put on an exciting fight.
Yeah, because Mikey like, I won it. Earl Smith's like, anybody can get it. So, I mean, that just go together. You know what I'm saying? Mikey saying I won it and Earl saying anybody can get it. You know what I mean? There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when you standing outside with your boy like 5'3", 6 foot 5, 300-pound guy. He like, I'm gonna take him. I'm like, hey, no power too. You know?
I mean, yeah.
I'll be like, I ain't what's gonna happen, but you know, hey, you want to prove it? Go ahead and do it.
I mean, because we just never know, dog. We can't forget David and Goliath.
Right.
That was all the way back in time up to today. Up to today. You know what I'm saying? We have seen, you know, the little man topple the big man time and time again. So it's not the craziest thing we've seen. I can't, without a shadow of a doubt, to say that Mikey don't stand a chance. You know what I mean? Because I believe that he did. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, man, it's just we just had to wait, you know, on fight. Now, I mean, I will be glad when it's kind of behind. We got the result and we moving on back to like legit welterweight business. But if legit welterweight business is bullshitting again, then I mean, it's whatever. You know
like
what I'm
that
saying?
gonna need to happen, right?
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Start calling out whoever again then. You know what I'm saying? We get back to them, start posturing and talking about, oh, you got the, oh, I'm the ace of beast. I don't want to hear none of that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the one thing about the Garcia fight too, like, I meant to say this at last time, like, the scenario, one scenario could have played out. Everybody always forget Roberto Duran versus Ram Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
He moved all the way up to 160 and beat Ram Barkley. I'm talking about beat him down. 5'7" against 6'2".
If you know fights, you know, we done seen way crazy. This is not the craziest thing. And if Mikey was to do this, this would not be, oh, yo, this is, no, it wouldn't be that. You know what I mean? Because we've seen way wilder stuff. And if you haven't seen it, just do some history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was the thing with me. Like, it never hit me like a casual fan. They like, oh shit, he's stepping out his rim. What's he doing? You know? For me, it was just like it's messing with, like I said, the welterweight. Everybody else is like, oh shit, you can't do this. You too small. You know?
Yeah.
But we, like you said, thinking about the past, all these guys who stepped up.
But like you said, and that never really crossed my mind. That, wait a minute, damn, this is going to kind of put everything on hold, you know, because I was just like, yo, none of them want to fight. This guy's calling them out. Let's do it. You know what I mean? That's where I was with it. So I never looked at it as, damn, yeah, they are putting that, you know, this is welterweight business. But, you know, I just looked at the guys who want to fight are fighting. The guys who don't want to fight are not fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But think about it. If Mikey pulled the upset, he's in the welterweight mix, right?
It's gonna be. It'll be like, you know, if Tank, you know, the Tank went over Loma. I mean, nobody think y'all can do it, and just by doing it, it's just going, you know, take to their careers to another level. You know what I'm saying? If Mikey does this, dude, we can never doubt him again. We can never doubt Mikey Garcia again. If he does this, he say, yo, I want Anthony Joshua. I might be like, damn, for real, Mikey? Oh, shit. You serious? Anthony Joshua? You sure? You know what I mean? But real shit, if he pulls this off, man, we can't really underestimate, you know, Mikey Garcia again, because like I say, a lot of people think that this is definitely a bad move. You know, like I say, as long as he don't get maimed or seriously hurt in this fight, then it's a win-win. It's a win-win. You know what I mean? For the fact that you just did it, had the balls to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he definitely. I really don't see him getting hurt. That's the scary part of this fight. Because I mean, I don't see him getting hurt. He could really make this a 12-round fight. You know, I'll give a lot of credit to Ellis Fest. I mean, you know, he's a deadly puncher. He's knocking guys out at welterweight. But somebody like Garcia ain't gonna sit still and lay down, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because he even with Earl Spence power, man. I mean, like when you judging power, I need to see somebody that's known to have a chin, and these people knocking them out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, Lamar Peterson chin is questionable. did knock Kell Brook out. I mean, he broke his damn face. He ain't knock him out though.
I guess I can like a Miguel Cotto type puncher.
You think he got that Miguel Cotto?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I think he got like a Miguel Cotto pop where he'll break your ass down and then take you out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But it's like the boogeyman, you know. The boxing game got the power seeming like it's more than probably what it is. I mean, people tasted the power and made it through. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this, Ant. I don't think his power is enough to just bank on that. It's going to be a guy that's going to be able to nullify his power and make him have to use other things. I know you said he probably do got other things. He just hadn't had to use them yet. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're definitely going to
find out what tools he got, other tools he got in the toolbox. But like
because if he had something like Julian Jackson power, I would be more confident saying
that's different. Yeah. I don't think he got that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen. He has to do more to say, yo, he got that Julian Jackson. I don't think that yet. You know.
Yeah, because if he had that, and like I would say all night.
Yeah, like we could say Wilder got that Julian. Jackson. I mean, and I would say Triple G got it more than Spence got it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just been knocking more guys out. You know what I'm saying? He's been knocking more guys out. You know
I think Triple G is kind of similar to Spence, man. Like I don't see coma power in Triple G, but I see heavy hands. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I see when I look back at David Lemieux, that knockout, I look back at Curtis Stevenson. I mean, he knocked some guys out that they might not be the same after these fights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence, I haven't seen him short circuit nobody yet. Who is he short circuited? I mean, who is he flatlined out there? He stopped guys, but I haven't seen him. I mean, we put it like this: we seen Triple G hit guys, and the expression on their face says it all. And I ain't seen that from Earl Spence yet, dude. I ain't seen that from him yet. I haven't personally. You know what I'm saying? He might got it, but I just haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Triple G got more knockouts. The quality of guys is kind of irrelevant to the conversation because Earl Spence, the guys he knocking out ain't top-notch guys. So how much can we put into that if we can't put the same into the more guys that, you know, Triple G is not? It's like the Deontay Wilder thing. He knocked out 40 guys no matter how you slice it. He's knocked out 40 guys. He only had 41 fights. Any way you slice that, and it's impressive. You know what I'm saying? So
all day long, that's just killer power.
He's got double the fights that people got and knocked them all out.
Right.
And people still want to question, you know what I'm saying, him. So it's just like, you know, I mean, you really just got to get in there and prove what you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence, I would like to see Earl Spence take something that's a dangerous fight for him, as opposed to him being a dangerous guy. I would like to see that.
I think at welterweight it's kind of hard, especially like when the guys take you. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it ain't this
top skilled guys aren't necessarily booking in themselves, but they won't get in the ring with him. Like, who's King Thurman? You know what I mean? He doesn't even have a goal when I get healed that I'm gonna fight him. You know?
It sucks because it's not his fault, but like people told Triple G, move up. You walk around to 180, you coming down to move up, man. It's the same thing for everybody else. I mean, okay, the fights is not at 147 for you. It's 154, it's 160, and if you want to really push it, it's 168. I believe he can do all of them in due time. I believe he could get up to 168 in due time. Easily 154, easily 160. You know what I mean? That's up to him to do that, though. You know, like we say, some guys want to stay at a one weight class and dominate for 10 years. That's fine. Some guys feel like moving up and grabbing. That's fine. I don't know what Earl Spence plans to do. I have heard him say he plans to move up, but you know, greatness is there, and you got to chase it though.
Yeah.
Greatness is there. Don't act like the greatness ain't there. The greatness is there. People like Deontay Wilder, he's chasing the greatness to the best of his ability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's out there fighting whoever, anytime, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And he can't move up and weight. You know what I mean? He at the top of the food chain. You know, he has entertained going down the cruiserweight, but that just shows me that he really wants to solidify his legacy, and you know what I mean, by any means necessary. I haven't really seen that out of a lot of guys outside of Terrence Crawford. That's why I'm a diehard fan of his, because he's proven that, yo, this is my legacy. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to get fame, but I'm building my legacy too. You know what I'm saying? All at the same time. You know what I mean? All at the same time. You know what I mean? So, I just got to see more. Like, you know, that's just, you know what it is. I mean, you know, the boxing thing, it's hard to say how good somebody is in a short amount of time, because, you know, I mean, you talk about somebody like Cotto, whose career has, I mean, we've seen ups, downs, you know, so many dips and valleys, you know, peaks and valleys in his career. You know, some of these guys, they ain't got the mileage yet, ain't got the mileage yet,
Yeah, you know, that's why I mean, like when I go back and look at somebody like Miguel Cotto throughout his era, he had those goals. He had those goals set where, you know, I'm gonna fight with these certain guys, and then I'm gonna win the belt in this division, and then I'm gonna move to this division. And then when I can't make this, I am gonna hop off my career in this division, you know. And when a guy kind of has that outline, you know that they are kind of chasing the legacy. But I feel like the fights back then was a bit more than for Cotto, because it seems like even 13, 15 years ago, guys or more, you were willing to get guys in the ring. Because if you think about it, to me, like when Cotto was undefeated, to me, he kind of was. You could still get guys in there. Get guys in there with him. You know what I mean?
I mean, I believe you can get guys in there with Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
you can, but I'm just saying, like, you can't get the Porters and the Burners. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, but that's okay. So that's left up to him to move then, man. That's my thing. So what, you just gonna stay at 147 and don't fight nobody and don't stamp no type of legacy? You know, where does that leave his career if nobody wants to fight? What, you gonna keep fighting small guys who got the balls to come up from 140 to fight? You know what I mean? To fight you. You know, it's kind of up to him with what he want to do. If the fights are not there, you gotta go where the fights are at. Like, look, a la Paul Williams, a la a lot of guys who, Clarissa Shields, I didn't realize she.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though, dude. If you want the shit, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence cannot say, I'm staying at 147, and he walks around at 180 and say, don't nobody want to fight me. You can't say that. You can't say that. Paul Williams could say that, because I went from 147 to 160 because I couldn't get fights. So I'm just saying, I mean, if the people really want it, it's there, man. You know what I mean? Earl Spence ain't no freak of nature. He ain't nothing we ain't seen before. And this sport go back to the 1800s, dog. We didn't really seen it all. He ain't nothing on that level. He got to prove himself like every other pugilist, world champion, prize fighter before him has done. I mean, we're not just going to give him the credit. He's the most fair. He's a boogeyman just because we say that. He hasn't really proven that. He hasn't really proven that to me. You know what I'm saying? We need some more big names on his resume. We need some tough fights. You know what I'm saying? We need some tough fights.
Right.
Can't say that off of Lamont Peterson.
And that's what I mean as far as like his skill set. It's not the boogeyman. It's the people that are making him the boogeyman. Whenever you're not willing to face him, that's when that person becomes a boogeyman. It's just like when Kovalev was a boogeyman.
Right.
Kovalev wasn't unstoppable. You know what I mean?
If you don't fight, you don't eat, right? You're a boxer. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. So that's what I'm saying. Oh, everybody said I'm the boogeyman, so I can't eat right now. I gotta figure out another way to eat. And me, I wouldn't let that stop me because that's how you eat. You got to get fights. Errol Spencer's not 25, man. He ain't 25. What are you waiting for? That's my thing. Like Cotto was in his early 20s at smaller weights, and I mean he left the game at 40. Errol Spencer's what, 31?
Right.
I mean, you don't got that much longer to do whatever you figure you're gonna do.
But
I think at that time he went from what? Cotto went from what, 140 up to 150, 160, or 135. I mean, he in his career span, these guys not doing that, eh? They're not doing that.
But I'm thinking maybe Spence, he's kind of thinking like Triple G, like, why do I have to move up? Why can't I just stay in this division? You know what I mean? Like if he wants to stay in the division, he's gonna have to do like Triple G. If people with the belts now don't fight him, and they vacate, he's gonna have to fight somebody else. Just stick it out, kind of like Triple G, you know, amongst the flat division.
But you need more fights, though. You know, we was watching Triple G for years, watching him work up the ranks, watching him slaughter people, knock out people. But I haven't really seen that with Errol Spence yet. You know what I mean? It's just like he's new on the thing. He's the boogeyman. You know, everybody's scared to fight him. So that's why I want to see Mikey getting there with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe he's the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? I believe, like you say, that's rumors. People have said that. Because I don't believe he's the boogeyman. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't seen no gifted talent out of him besides power. I mean, bro, Adrian Broner has showed more boxing acumen, ring IQ, and just pure boxing skills than Errol Spence has ever shown me. I mean, now he ain't never backed it up, you know what I'm saying? But as far as skill-wise, I'm just saying, and I do like Errol Spence. I just want to see more. Like the Charlos, I like them, but I want to see more. However they got to do it, Ant, because the name of the game is you're a fighter. You know, I mean, you can't keep fighting low-level fights, and you can't say that, yo, nobody want to fight me, so, you know, because, I mean, your legacy, you stagnated. You're going to stagnate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you suggest he do, and if he can't get no fights at 147? If he absolutely cannot get Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, what do you suggest he do?
That's what I mean. Like, if he wants to stay in this division, but he can't get those names, then he just gonna have to do like a Triple G and just ride out the division. And like, if you really prefer your one division over big names, then you gonna have to make that sacrifice and just be a regular champion. Like Triple G is seen in many guys. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, this is my difference with that too, Ant. Triple G fought at 160, which was a comfortable, probably a close walk around weight to him. Errol Spence, you fighting the 147, which is too small for you off the rip, off the muscle, man. You know what I mean? You going down to a weight class that's too small for you. That's why guys don't want to fight you. That's why you look so big in the ring come fight night. That's part of the problem, man. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the problem to me. You can't say, I mean, Floyd dominated 140. I mean, not dominated 147, but he came up to that, and because that was like the highest he could really get. You know, he could never really even make 154. But a guy like Errol Spence, like I say, dude, you don't have no reason not to be entertained in 154. You don't think Jarrett Hurd will fight him? You don't think Munguia would get in there with Errol Spence at 154? I think these guys would do it, eh? I think they would do it.
I think they would.
I think they would do it because he's not that big of a threat at 154. Munguia is a big at 154. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of these, Jarrett Hurd, I just think Jarrett Hurd just got the heart to do it. Not that he's big at 154. I just think he ain't scared of nobody, and he'll get in there and, you know, win, lose, or draw and make that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying, that, but to me, that falls upon the fighter to make money, because if you don't, Errol Spence is not going to get big paydays fighting low-level welterweights. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just not going to be good for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he wants to stay in that division, he's not going to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, he can't really it go back. I say like Triple G, like if you stay in your division and that's what you want to do, and nobody wants to fight you, that's the sacrifice you want to make. You know what I mean? You still kind of go back to that, like okay, like sooner or later, I back Thurman and Porter into a corner. They rather Baker than fight me. Do I want to follow them wherever they go, or do I just want to fight for the two belts? It's the belts that are important to me. You know what I mean?
But this is the thing, though, Ant. Triple G legacy is intact at 33. Is he 33?
Yeah.
His legacy is intact. He's one fight away from breaking Bernard Hopkins' middleweight record. And that's questionable because some people think he did that. So, like, his legacy intact. What is Earl Spencer's legacy?
But
what is his legacy though? Nothing right now. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you reigned the middleweight division. Earl Spence didn't reign 147.
Right.
Did he?
But what do you think of the quality of the opponents that Triple G has? Do you think his quality of
it peaks and valleys. Some of them have because Earl Spence don't have one good opponent on his record. I mean, you can't say Triple G. I mean, Rosado was better than anybody Earl Spence ever faced in my eyes. David Lemieux is better than anybody Earl Spence ever faced in my eyes. I mean, even my Tarosin is on a level with some of the guys that Earl Spence has faced. I mean, when you really look at it, I mean, it's like Deontay Wilder. It's so if they all bumps,
Yo, Brook is better than Rosado to me.
I'll say that's debatable, but Kell Brook was damaged goods. He just came off a Triple G fight with a broken orbital bone. You know what I'm saying? He was damaged goods in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't fight him right after Sean Porter fought him when he won the belt. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Kell Brook then, but at least he wasn't damaged goods yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that if he want to be something in the game, he got to get fights. And my thing is, if you can make other weight classes easily, why not do that? Why are you trying to dominate a weight class that nobody wants to fight you in because they feel like you're too big for that weight class? I mean, they're calling him the weight bully. You know what I'm saying? At 147. I mean, I understand why people do that and stuff like that, but it's like, yo, I got to feed my family. And this weight class, I'm not feeding my family, then, I mean, I got to start looking at other options. And, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to just be getting C-class paychecks if I feel like I'm the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm this great fighter. I would want to test myself like Mikey Garcia is doing. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia is saying it ain't that Earl was the biggest name. He's just like, yo, I mean, it's a big fight. I won it. You know what I mean? And I respect that stuff more. You know, making moves to, you know, secure your legacy. You know what I mean? Like I say, Earl Spence, he ain't got much longer, you know, being 31 or whatever. That's what I'm saying. These guys in their 30s.
Yeah, a lot of these guys
don't. Yeah, think about that's what I'm saying. No. And that's how the fighters was in our era. The Canelo, I mean, the Cottos and Floyd and Manny, they was in their 20s, bouncing around the weight classes, working their way up. They got to 40 and just made it to welterweight or junior welterweight and stayed there. You know what I'm saying? They had accomplished so much early in their career that, you know, it's like these guys, they just got the fame and the notoriety so quick. We're heading to the career. A lot of these guys don't even have no amateur pedigree, I was watching something the other day. Guy said, I had 6 amateur fights. Dude, oh, matter of fact, who was it? Oh, no, it was when Anthony Joshua was talking to Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray Leonard said, I had like 160, and AJ said I had like just a petty number. And Sugar Ray like, what? How was that possible? How was that possible? You had that many fights, and you at the top of the food chain right now. In my day, that couldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? That couldn't happen in my day. You know what I'm saying?
And that's funny because, you know, some I'll talk to you later. Me and Nas were kind of talking about that situation because a lot of the people he know, they weren't jumping into the pros until they made sure they had a number and they proved themselves as the amateur. But it's something like he was telling me. It's like he feels like anybody with a good jab or a decent jab, they jump right into the pros. You know, they're not really building themselves like that. That's something we kind of talked about.
He's saying like in today's
boxing.
Gotcha. And I believe that because we see it now. If a guy got power, he jump into the pros. If a guy is fast, he jump into the. That's not enough, man. It's not enough, dude. You know what I'm saying? But
we got all day long. That's why I say like with Errol Spence. I like to see a young guy like him do his thing, but as far as like corner talk, bashing. But if it was me, I would be telling you, if you can't get these guys, let's go hit guys at this weight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if you still want to solidify a legacy of welterweight, it's still there. You can go back there. But in the meantime, if Munguia's calling you out, let's take him on. You know?
Because I don't look at he don't got another 10 years at welterweight to reign and really say, yo, I got the record at welterweight, title defense, I got all the belts. I mean, he might not never unify the belts, and if they don't want to fight him, how's he ever gonna be? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of pointless to even battle that if these guys will not give you the chance or satisfaction to unify the belts or whatever. But you know, that's
let's look at it in hindsight, like welterweight ain't the division where you're going to unify the belts right now. It's not really a division where you're going to unify because everybody's kind of holding on to their title. You know? Even when Keith Thurman came with unifying two, he disappeared, right?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the bullshit part of it, though, and that, you know, people not unifying, not because, you know, these fights are not able to be made. It's because they don't want to, and that's bullshit. And that's back to what Anthony Joshua doing. He's not unifying because he don't want to. That's not how it works. And you don't not unify because you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else wants to unify. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is, Ant. But we've been on here for a minute, Ant.
You know we be doing, man.
I know. I got some pork chops down there marinating. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay. Well,
fry, whatever.
I mean, before we bounce, man. I am going to check out these fights. Yeah. You know, I called Charlo really. And you know, like I said, Billy Joe, he got a comeback fight too. But I think as a discipline. I ain't watching this fight.
Yeah, man, because it don't make sense. You getting slapped on the wrist and now you back in the. I mean, stop.
Yeah. And just that dirty shit he was doing on the street.
Yeah.
You know, doing that jackass type stuff. I'm like, don't be messing with people like that, man.
And then how vocal you was about Canelo, and then you turn around a week later, in the same thing. They were just like, you need to go crawl under a rock right now. But you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I did want to see him and Boo Boo go at it. They messed that all up, but you know, I don't know, and I mean that really leaves a sour taste. Just all this stuff messing up fights too, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's for another episode, though, brother.
Yeah. But before we bounce, just say prayers to Adonis Stevenson again, man. Like I said, I think before we cut the stream on, just let everybody know that he is out of a coma, but right side of his body paralyzed now. So, like I said, I hope he can make it through that therapy or whatever can help him through that, man.
Yeah. And like we were saying too, Ant, you know, like we say, sometimes people get away from the dangers of boxing, and you know, these guys get in the ring and risk their life every time they step in the ring. Every time, you know, we want to see a knockout. We want to see a guy get his head knocked off. We don't want to see a guy get killed and not be able to go home to his family and take care of his family. So, just with that being said, just remember that, you know, this is a dangerous sport, and these guys deserve respect, and they deserve to be paid and deserve to get the things that, you know, other athletes out there are getting, because this is a really dangerous sport, and these guys really put their life on the line every single time.
Definitely, man. I agree with that, man. Well, yeah, man. Before you bounce, just make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube. Like always, the next combo breaker 99.
It's your boy Boxing P, y'all.
We about to sign out.
Yep.